Welcome to Heart and Hustle. It's your host and your boy AJ, and I'm here with my dog Courtland
Yo,
for the long-awaited one-on-one episode. Appreciate you for pulling up.
for sure, bro. Appreciate you.
That's my dog, man. Shout out to motherfucking Fred, ugly ass, because the reason Court that we end up getting Court on the show, and it's been like a perfect match, bro. Like the core guys that we got. You know what I mean, y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I never got answer with is like, what made you want to get into podcasting? Because Fred was telling me you already had was working on your own stuff had going on.
So I take it back to like 2018, 2019. I had an internship at the hospital I was working at. And so I had a desk, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of new to like corporate world and how shit operated.
Yeah.
So, I was just trying to find stuff to keep me busy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm the type that like, you give me a task or a set of tasks, knock it out, no problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when it came to like just downtime, I'm like, man, bro, like I need something to, keep me busy.
Yeah.
So I always been a YouTube fan. So I used to like to go watch on like YouTube and watch like, little slab holiday lines, just whatever little stuff that holds my interest. And then I just started coming across different podcasts and or certain people on podcasts. And then I kind of just dove deeper into the podcast itself. So yeah, bro. And then I kind of just had the vision of doing my own stuff and like jotting little stuff down in my notes. I got a partner, shout out to my boy Coop from The Scoop with Coop. He's a sports podcast, and he kind of like let me come on and do a couple shows, and it was great, bro.
Oh, so you've been on? You actually did podcast?
Yeah,
before?
Sports podcast. Yeah, well, I just did like 2 episodes. You know what I'm saying?
How was that?
It was great, bro. The experience, because like I said, I always watched it and seen like them on YouTube, just to actually get firsthand experience. Like, damn, it's cool. Like,
yeah. Was they like in the studio or like where was?
Yeah,
that?
It was more in the studio. It was on the South Side too. They from the South Side.
That's cool. So it's like. It was like video too, like a video podcast. Mm-hmm. Dang, that's live.
Yeah, He actually followed the page too.
Oh,
yeah, he followed our page.
Okay. It's starting to make sense. Starting to make sense. Everything's starting to, But yeah, the reason how I got into podcasting was that's the crazy part, bro. Because looking back in my notes and my journals and. It just magically appeared on one of my goals one day. I don't know what exactly sparked the interest, but other than I knew that I wanted to be on YouTube in some sort of way. Like I ain't gonna lie, I been knew that I wanted to do that, and that's just because all the people I be around. Like, bro, we all like comedians, fool, in our own ways, but like whenever we all linked up, and it could be something simple as playing card games or something that. You'll be laughing until your ribs hurt, basically. You know what I mean? And I'm like, shit, everybody got to get to know my homeboys like how I do, or my people are like. And that's what made me want to get on, like, kind of like the YouTube route. But the podcast, I don't know where that came from, bro. I don't know where that came from, but once that was, like, in the journal, I was like, shit, well, this what I can kind of do on the podcast. I could talk about this, or all the books that I'm reading, or the places that I'm going, I can share experiences and the new people that I meet. It's just opportunity in order to like connect and create content everywhere. But my main thing is like I feel good whenever our podcast produces a feeling. If any kind of feeling, bro, it could be making somebody laugh. It could be them light bulb moments. It could be a motherfucker could be hating on us. That's a feeling. It doesn't matter. Anything that just means that it's working. Right. We actually are portraying us to a sense that that's all that I wanted to do is kind of put a platform out there for us in order to gain more clients or traction or whatever, just business towards whatever we got going on.
Kind of like a spotlight into our own world, you know what I'm saying? Because this is a regular thing.
Yes, man. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. It's just it's crazy because I'm starting to see, like I said, I've always said I've been seeing it unfold in front of us. And I'm starting to see that I was talking about this with X, that a lot of the stuff that I was worried about in the beginning, that shit's like, it was all in my head, bro. Mm-hmm. But that was the main shit that stopped me from actually making steps and strides years ago or months ago, just that thinking. The only thing that changed is that I was just like, fuck that. I'm just gonna go ahead and find out instead of just worrying about it. And it shit, the results they speaking for themselves, you know. And so now with the platform that we have, I'm thinking about what's the best way and route to go, because I know that we're gonna get to a bigger audience, a bigger stage, and have more eyes on us. So it's like shit. Whenever I'm thinking about planning episodes now and structuring everything up, not to say it's a little bit more of a thought process, but it does kind of everything. I feel like everything could be a topic, bro. Which kind of it. And we back. Sorry about that. I had to go handle some business. We back. Nah, I was gonna ask you, bro. I wanted to know what was some horrible advice that somebody has given you. Like what is like their worst advice you say that somebody gave you?
Oh man. Okay. Am I speaking on this from the point of me knowing it's bad advice when I heard it, or knowing it's bad advice from experience?
Yeah. Matter of fact, both. Because it seems like you already got one answer to one of them, and there's somebody in this motherfucker dying laughing. You may have something to do with it.
Oh man. Okay. Hey, can they be horrible advice for myself?
Go ahead.
Hold on, man. Let me think. Horrible advice somebody has given me.
You got a message.
Okay, on a real topic, on a real note. I think some of the worst advice I got growing up, as in growing up being a young teenager, young adult, trying to figure out life. I think it's kind of like some stereotypical type stuff that us as black people have going on. But I was always told, like, don't go to the military. Don't do nothing military, right? But then the older I get, I be like, damn, I should have went military route. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So what made you say what made you say that?
Say, okay, bad advice was no military, right? So when it became time to, hit like adulthood, I already like wrote that out in my head because that's what was implanted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I would consider bad advice. The worst advice somebody has given me, because I feel like looking at where I'm at now, which I'm in a great spot right now, I feel like military could have shaped me to be a better person. Not that I'm saying I'm not a great person now, but you know what I'm saying. Just the basic qualities of the military that you learn from it, from what I hear from other people. I feel like I could have used some of those that polished me along the way. You know what I'm saying?
So you feel like the military would have been something that you would have wanted to do,
man.
If you didn't feel, if somebody didn't plant that.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess, I understand that, because some people just feel like, some people go to the military just because they feel like they ain't got no other route. And then there's people that want to go to the military for the benefits or, whatever kind of career or direction they want to go with their life. So, but I asked that because, shit, how do you know if advice is good or bad from the jump? Because you mentioned about knowing that the advice is bad, like, well,
because I go off who it's coming from, right? so for me, I ain't gonna lie, it may be a little backwards, but man, like growing up, I spent a lot of time, bro, up and down Homestead, bro. If you're watching this, you know about Homestead. If you know, you know. So a lot of times I come into encounters with older people. 9 times out of 10, they drunk, right? You know what I'm saying? They full of something.
Yeah.
Right? But when they talking, a lot of times they talking real talk, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they're under the influence, right? But there do be times where it's like, you hear something, you be like, man, this bullshit. It's bullshit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I kind of think I just learned, to decipher what was good and what was bad. And then I kind of like listened to what you said and the advice you trying to give me. Mm-hmm. I kind of see like you right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how,
Well, I feel like I said, shit. So you feel like most of the bad advice that you guys have forbid from some old drunk people?
Well, I ain't gonna say most of it. It's I say it's pretty balanced because I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes they be depending on what we talking about.
Yeah.
They be spot on the head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
But it just depends on who that person is, bro. Like you just gotta know that person. You gotta know your people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I say about 50-50, you know.
I say to that's a big on environment too because it's gonna be kind of harder to figure out what's good advice and what's bad advice in certain situations. So like whenever you on a certain path, your environment is really important because shit, depending on how people think, that shit's gonna kind of influence you some sort of way or have some influence on you. So like if you a positive person, you shouldn't be hanging around people who are negative or not even nor so negative, but that's not how their brain is wired to think. Like a lot of times I find myself having to limit the time I spend with the people that are too anxious or too worried or too like, you know what I'm saying, too scared of everything because it triggers them little thoughts within myself. And I notice that's how I notice how powerful those thoughts are because being around certain people, you just kind of like pick up their energy. Like certain things that you would never worry about, they bring it up. Like, bro, this could happen. And I'm like, damn, I didn't even
cross my mind.
It didn't cross my mind for a reason either. Like, it's like, that's far off, you know? Like, I could say something and then somebody's worried about some small event that could happen. Like, that could be like a million, like, it's a one in a million chance. Like, you know what I'm saying? And but I think about it, I'm like, dang, like, in their brain, that's really
that shit
what
popped up first.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, you know, but shit, sometimes you could talk about that funk. Sometimes you just the best thing you do is just distance yourself. I've did that a lot.
So okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So how do you, you know, what if it's somebody you can't really just distance yourself from? What if
I can distance myself at the moment.
At the moment, yeah, but
I'm around a lot of people that's like that though. Like, not to that extreme, but like they ain't as carefree as I am. And I wouldn't say I'm carefree, but I just feel like I got faith, bro. Like I feel like because how I move, how I treat the world, then I'm all right regardless. And then if something isn't all right, I trust myself to defend myself. I'm not, there's no reason to really just worry too much. But I say that for the most part, I'm able to distance myself or at least get a little, hit a timeout, you know what I mean, of the situation or away from that person, them people. But I got some people around me that, you know what I'm saying, they don't have as much faith sometimes. And I don't think that they know that that's like a faith moment. That's like a, you know, anything could happen, but shit, I'm just trusting that it ain't. And I'm not even going to put no energy towards what could happen.
So, do you think it's on us as in trying to encourage or persuade them to strengthen their faith? Because like you said, those thoughts are powerful. And those thoughts then become words. And words soon become reality. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot, if it's meant to be, do I think that it's on us? I feel like if it's meant to be. If it was written that my presence of my being or I'm supposed to have some influence on that person's life, then I feel like I would know, or it's just gonna happen. But I'm done going to the extent to want to try to help a person who don't directly come out and ask that. But I feel like shit, the podcast and every way that we put out content is a good way for people to, you know, really ask themselves some questions. Some of the things we talk about, hopefully it sparks something to make them ask their self or be honest with themselves. We could be making better men and women already or already have, you know. So that was another reason for me making a podcast. You know what? I thought about it. Just now it hit me. I knew I always wanted to have some sort of voice, some sort of something. Like I didn't want to just be the person that posts on Instagram on his story, like something that I feel like I'm addressing the world. I wanted to actually have a platform, or like if I had something to say, or if there was a movement, I wanted to be able to have some sort of influence. You know, I want to have a voice somewhere. So whenever people come to check out the podcast or anything we got going on, they're coming to directly check in with us to hear me talk. So I don't have to be wasting words on people who don't want to hear me talk. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people just be holding space.
Yeah.
Like they'll be there and it's like you'll think they listening, or you probably understand that they checked out, and you just really spitting some real shit, or you really got some shit to tell them, but they ain't really paying attention.
It's falling on deaf ears.
Yeah, and I hate that. So
yeah, me too.
That's why I was like, I put more energy into this, and then let the content find the people, and the people find the content. You know what I'm saying? Right. But as far as like I said, that's the biggest thing that I've been moving on this year too, is the environment. Changing my environment, really controlling my environment when I can, and I realize I got a lot of control on my environment. Life is just about choices. So what you choose to do and what way you want to go. But I feel like now, just how I've been moving as far as like branding and everything we got going on, that I do feel myself getting disconnected a little bit from just other shit that I used to do, or like certain friendships or relationships. You know, I just feel like I'm falling in my bag, if that makes sense.
I was gonna say, you feel like you're getting disconnected from your environment or surroundings, or your old self.
I guess that will be my old self, or like just I'm doing everything that I said I was gonna do this year. And with that comes things. That comes spending, I may have to delegate my time to over here and taking time from over here.
Sacrifices.
Yeah, so it's like, shoot, I'm shifting more towards what's the best route of success for this. And that's what I've been noticing. And shoot, it got to be done, bro. Like I said, I don't feel like, this is how I feel. For a couple of years, or pretty much all my life, I feel like it's been a train. Everybody been on a train. And those times whenever I step off the train and have to just go my own way for a little bit, and then I come back with different skills or a different mindset. So like them times where I take a break from what everybody else is doing and falling in line and doing the traditional shit, and I take that time to just lock in and be in my bag, that's needed. That puts me up years and years of time, and I feel like that's where I'm at now. Like another example of that was after my pawpaw passed, I moved to Conroe, like 45 minutes out. I was somewhere where only if you really, really wanted to see me, then you gonna go over there, because I'm not coming to Houston. I'm not.
The way.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not coming to Houston. But in that time, I was reading a lot. That's when I learned to mix and master. That's when I had decided that I wanted to mess with cameras, and like that was my time off the train, if that makes sense. That's my that was my time off the train where I was just locked in. And so now sometimes whenever people say, oh, this happened and that happened, I don't know what the fuck going on in the media, really. Like my algorithm is designed and set up. If it's not like content or podcast stuff, it's some food shit, some cooking some shit. Like yeah. I'm not really up with the trending this or that or this. But
because it's too much, man. It be too much.
It's too much shit. And I know why people be getting like so distracted with social media, because shit, everything is geared to you. It's like the more you want it, the more they figure out what you like to watch, and they gonna keep putting that shit in your face, which makes it hard to not watch it.
Man, bro, me and my mama was talking like last week or earlier this week, and she was talking about she want to get some gutters for the house. So I'm a big Facebook Marketplace fan. So, I've been on Facebook Marketplace trying to see who got the gutters for the low. And if you got the gutters for the low, get at me. But you know what I'm saying? Just so happened, bro, all I'm seeing now on my social sites is gutters, like gutter companies. And I'm like, okay, appreciate you. This is weird. But this shit's still too high. I need this shit for the low. You know what I'm saying? And I just found that funny how, like, the more, you know what I'm saying, the more I scroll, I'm seeing more of stuff that I'm talking about, and I don't like it.
I don't like not physically searching something and just saying it and it just
Pop up.
somehow, yeah.
No.
I don't like that. I understand what y'all trying to do, but like y'all feel like I'm an ultra consumer. I'm not. I'm letting y'all know right now, once I got what I need from the traditional life, I'm off the grid. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm still gonna be like, you're gonna hear from me, but you're not gonna know what the fuck I got going on or where I'm at or, you know, but I'm just gaining my resources because, to be honest with you, I don't feel like what we have going on is gonna be always. I don't feel like this sense of structure and
The way of life that we know it as of right now. Yeah.
I don't.
Slowly ending.
Hey, call me crazy, you know, but we will be a fool to not think that that's will be a thing. Like that's all they put out on shows too. It's like
it's all in our face. It's on you to pick up on it or not.
Yeah, and so you know, I really feel like a lot of times why I feel stressed is because I feel those feelings too. I do have those times where I think like, I don't know what tomorrow gonna look like. I'm not gonna worry about it, but I know I need to put a little bit more into my todays to prepare for those tomorrows because shoot, at the end of the day, no matter how this life ends up, our present life, you know, or like where we stay at, I still want everything that I already want. I still want a family. I still want to sow shit. It's gonna have to be like I'm gonna have to be prepared. Like I always say, failing prepared is preparing to fail.
Proper preparation beats poor performance.
You know what I'm saying? What you looking at, nigga? Anyway, yeah, back to this. But what I was saying is that most of the times, whenever I'm moving around, I'm keeping that in my forefront of my brain because that sometimes helps me steer me on track. And a lot of things that I get, like I'll say, this is off topic, but for instance, like generators, like solar power generators, stuff like I'm into that because I'm like, man, all else fails, you're gonna need some shit like this.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna need some shit like this, but that's part of what I was saying about just being off grid. Once I'm just figuring out my setup. I'm gonna be somewhere off where for probably, I want to say hundreds of years, my family and my bloodline could be good. Like that's my whole thing, bro. It's like finding and being able to create enough money and income in order to properly put up a generation, like the next generations of my family. And how do I do that? I'm trying to take advantage of my God-given talents and put other people that's around me in the same position. Just making that platform.
Yeah. I can't think who this song by. Maybe I want to say Whitney Houston. But I think she's talking about like kids and she say like train them up right and, you know what I'm saying, let them lead the way. You know what I'm saying? So definitely like with that, hey, I kinda wanted to go back to ask you though, when you get this family and this, you know, this put up status that I'm with you on, I'm trying to get there too. When that time comes for the way of living as we know it right now to be no more, like what you gonna do then? Like I'm not saying you don't have to say what you gonna do
it's
then.
Like, I say it because shoot, I honestly feel like in those times, bro. Say for instance, it was like some purge type shit,
right?
But like not just one night,
right?
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm gonna be prepared for some shit like that.
Okay.
You know, I want to be kind of tucked off, but it's gonna be in an area to where it's like you don't feel like you're like
in immediate danger. Or
so like if to get to us,
you have to go through some shit.
It's gonna you're gonna have to go through some shit, and then when you go through some shit, I hope you there. Like once you're there, I hope you prepared for what the fuck is to come. I'm trying to have trained dogs, all types of artillery. Is that the fancy way to say it? Artillery. But in that sense, it's not like we got anything really like to take anything. It's just like being secure. Cause people crazy. And I just already that's my thing. That's like shit. Ideally, 100 acres somewhere, put up somewhere where the common person ain't just gonna go. And if they do go there, they better have some business. And if they have some business, they better come with some friends.
Right.
Because I never thought about myself just being, oh, it's just me, my daughter, my wife. I never thought about that. I thought about my brothers, my mom, everybody. We all on the plot of land. We just got our own like wings or like it's 100 acres. You know what I mean? We all got our acres to ourselves and we got our common grounds and like, but it's all secured. It's like it could be all of us there. That's what I was thinking about. But it's like shit. If some shit was to go down then, and your whole neighborhood within 100 acres of you is your people, you're good.
Good.
You can resources. You seen Walking Dead?
No.
Well, shit. I mean, I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna make no sense if I said it. But basically,
I've seen Leave the World Behind though, and it's kind of sounding like the same thing you explained.
But yeah, basically, but. That was some crazy shit. I don't know exactly how to the extent that it ended, but like with the Walking Dead, it's like they basically had to rebuild from nothing, and a part of rebuilding from nothing was running into other people who decided that the world, the building of the new world should be a certain type of way. Like some people want to rebuild and they want to make the world better than it was before. Some people want to rebuild and they want to make the world a collective and they want to lead by violence. It's different shit, but you're gonna run across them people, and it was always just war. But like I said, I can't be one of them people who ain't ready for some stuff like that happen.
Right.
That's where the most of my money is gonna go. It's just setting up to have that 100 acres, and then being able to sustain life without the need of the outside world, like having our own food, having our like own power system.
Man, bro, and once you get to that point, bro, I think, bro, just so much power and just in that moment,
it's over with.
Yeah, it's over with. You really will be the sole proprietor, king, ruler of the land and everything that's on it and attached to it.
Yeah, and when I think about it, how dependent we are right now on something like Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi go out, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? If I phoned out, oh shit.
Yeah. Center point.
Yeah, it's shit like that. It's like, nah, fuck that. One, I just think about how much more, once I get to the point that I make money, I want to get to a point where money don't mean nothing. Just about the experiences. And because think about it, if money didn't exist, what would people spend their time doing? If you did not have to go work for $1, what kind of improvements, what would be the case if fail? He tried to throw some shit and didn't go nowhere. But anyway, yeah, I think about that all the time. How would life be? And when you get to that space, I just wonder what that headspace will look like. Because when I go out of town and I work, and money ain't an issue, I'm in a different headspace. I'm thinking creatively. I'm thinking about what I can do or what I want to do or these different things. I'm not thinking from like a less fortunate mindset. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking about like what is possible. I'm thinking about what do I want to do.
Right.
What
you ever heard the saying, I'm sure you have, money is the root of all evil?
Yeah.
So I feel like my interpretation of it, I know it's kind of not a topic, but of money is the root of all evil, meaning you have money, you have less worry of evil and things of that category because your mind is in a different space. Like you see, you're more creative. You're mentally free, pretty much. You don't have to worry about anything in the world because in this world, you need money to get anything, right? But if you don't have those things, then your mind pretty much deteriorates to negative or bad things to get that money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's like kind of like the haves and the have-nots of the tale. You know what I'm saying?
And I always hearing that, I can understand why they say money is the root of all evil.
Yeah, me too.
I just won't go to the extreme. To my thing is like shit. I'm not gonna do anything for some money, but I'm willing to endure being poor or like delayed gratification in order to never have to deal with having money problems again. Like I don't think money's gonna solve my problem. My problem isn't money. Isn't my problem. It's pretty much everybody's issue with just getting a little bit more money because, like I said, if you think about how everybody else would be spending their time if money wasn't a thing, you just had to put your time into different things.
Yeah.
It'll be. I feel like families will be or thrive more. You know, it'll be just you just got more time for families have more time for each other. It's no reason for the next person to be jealous of this person because you know what I mean. It's, that's the thing. But to say money is the root of all evil, I don't know because it also gives people it gives them a chance to work a little bit harder and get more. If that makes sense, like shit. If there was no money, I don't know how that would go, but how would a person distinguish himself and his work from the next person? That's the only thing I wouldn't know of. But I don't know exactly about money being the root of all evil because I when it comes to whenever I know what I'm going, whenever I think about what I would do with money, it's never
evil things.
Yeah, it's always things I'm like. I mean, hey, like, what's wrong with that? Like, getting put up on 100 acres and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, eventually,
what evil comes from that?
Like, yeah, that's why I'm like, shit. I'm just ready for the evil if it comes to the 100 acres.
Right, right.
But now that's pretty much the kind of life I want to live, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
So flip coin, real quick. You heard how they been saying like pretty soon money is gonna be like physical money is gonna be like a thing of the past. Think about that.
They can't do that.
You think so?
Yes.
So you think money will be around forever?
Yes. Money is what distinguishes the U.S. from any other country. Like that's their language. Money is their language. So I feel like they never gonna get rid of money as long as gold is a thing, and gold is always gonna be a thing because at the end of the day, that's the wealth of a country is how much gold they have for some sort of. I don't know what's exactly the reasoning behind that, but like, yeah, I don't know unless they finna be giving out gold bars or something.
Well, I mean, you know, everybody pushing the cryptocurrency stuff.
Fuck that.
And the president we got in office is, you know, he's kind of big on that.
I will push. I'll try it out, but I'm never gonna just say. How you gonna get rid of cash, bro? Like, this is what I think, bro. Why people trying to change so much shit? Why not just fine tune it? Like, why you gotta get rid of shit? Why would you get rid of cash?
Some people, cash is not beneficial to them.
And then there's some people that agree with that shit. Like, if get rid of cash, everything is digital. What the fuck happened when they turn your damn signal off? Whenever you cannot, you know what? But then I feel like in that instance, if you'll be fucked anyway, bro. You'll be fucked.
Yeah.
If the government, if everything was shut down today, niggas would be fucked.
But I think they're trying to bait us into that, really. Like push the cryptocurrency, less cash, put all your money on the digital wallet, just for China. They got the best hackers and shit, bro. Just so they can come. It's a wrap. Now we at that rebuild stage.
You better be ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to. It's a lot of things I want to say, and I'm like, yeah, I might as well say it because shit. At the end of the day, the fuck would they be looking for me for? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck could anybody be looking for me? I mean, it could be anything, but it's just certain things, precautions I'm gonna take within myself that I know, like if something was to happen, I want to have a plan, a couple plans. I'm already thinking about that, which kind of pushes me towards moving how I'm moving. I just need to. That's my thing. I sit down. The world will probably never hear from me again after I hit that goal. Really, after I just put myself out there for so long, I feel like I'm just gonna retire, bro. Drop out. You just hear music just trickling, but you ain't gonna really just.
You got the freedom to do that, then.
Yeah.
Do whatever.
Yeah, once I'm gonna do my time, and then still gonna make my music. But I feel like definitely now's my time to go all in because while I'm out while I'm on this grind and trying to accomplish my goals, this is my time to be in the face of everybody. But once niggas will know whenever I achieve my goals, cause you're gonna be like, where the hell he been?
Where's AJ?
Shit. Chasing some chickens around and grilling somewhere.
Not no chicken heads.
Well,
Not no chicken heads. You ain't chasing no chicken heads. We chasing them chickens.
Know what I'm
We need
saying?
them eggs. We need that dairy. We need that produce. You know what I'm talking
The
about?
whole farm.
Yeah.
Shit, damn. Feel like time been flying, boy. I look down that motherfucker. But now, this is just the first of many of our one-on-one episodes. We've been getting them in and out. Now, I mean, we finna be in season 3, which is crazy to say, bro, because we're not even in the 3rd month of the year yet. You know what I mean? But by the time that we get out of these seasons, the growth that we're seeing, like I said, I appreciate everybody that's been tuned in, everybody that supports, everybody that mentions it in any sort. Like, I hear about the podcast every day in some sort of way.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that because that's what I put time into every day.
One of my students came to my door last week. Mister, I seen you on Instagram. You're in this interview. Like, you see me in the interview? I know what you talking about. I'm trying to play it off. She was like, yeah, I seen you on this page. And I'm like, what page? Show me the page. Go find the page. Oh, I can't follow it. I said, well, you should have followed it.
Yeah, you should tune in.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to y'all that's
shout out
watching.
to everybody, bro. It's like I said, it's a lot of great things coming. There's a lot of good things that are happening behind the scenes, and man, it's kind of hard to describe it. We can only put so much into words, but like I said, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Shout out to the whole game. Shout out to production. Shout out to my family. Shout out to Ugly Fred. Shout out to EXO. Shout out to everybody, man. Live your life how you want it. Get money.
Shout out to my mama. Shout out to my brother. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hard and Hustle. Shout out to Grind
Appreciate
Times.
you, man. Shout out to Grind
Shout
Times.
out to Peanut Head Studios.
Shout out to Peanut Head Studios. Shout out to Ugly Fred.
Shout out to Texas Top Shelf, man. You know what I'm saying?
Fred over there smiling uncomfortably. Look at him. He's like, man, what's up? Why you say fuck me for? It's been Hard and Hustle. We see y'all in the next one.